Now, I want to share some of the many messages that have come through this process for me. And I hope this gives you some inspiration and just a sense of what's possible. The messages for you will be different because they're going to come through you and whatever energy is swirling through you and swirling through the words that you choose. But hopefully, this will be inspiring or maybe spark some possibilities in some way, or maybe one of the messages might speak to something in your life right now. So there were many that have come through, but I tried to narrow it down to some of my favorites. So this one says, through your hands, experience spontaneous transformational connection. Mm-mm-mm. Yes, right? I feel that when I'm touching fabric and stitching, when I'm writing, when I give massage. It's it speaks to me in many different ways in my life, but as with all of these messages, I didn't sit down trying to write a message about my hands. This message came through the words and through the experience of being open and receptive and sensitive, tuning in with my feelings and my intuition, and allowing the words to find each other and share this message that I needed to receive in that moment. Become friends with hands. This one made me laugh. I love this idea, right? Become friends with hands. When I read this, I thought, oh, how fun. Yes, and I am becoming friends with hands through stitching, like my own hands and other people's hands, what other hands have made, and through writing poetry and through massage. I'm in massage therapy school right now, so a lot of these I'm finding connections to that. But yeah, I loved this one. This one says, this ephemeral, fertile mind stream. Listen slowly, soak senses down, a deep groundswell of wisdom suddenly expanding from quiet, open roots. Mm-mm-mm. As with all of these, I read them and I think I didn't write that. It was a collaboration for sure, but it wasn't my ego. It was this mysterious channeling or connecting. Mm, I love this message. And I won't say anything else about it. I just love it. It speaks to me. Exploring my abundant inner habitats with lanterns. That has been my healing journey for 7 years. And I love how that came through to express that in a way that I wouldn't be able to in normal conversation. Roaming off the map to sense things. That's pretty much the story of my life. My warm, unspeakable life fire lights the desperate tunnel. Mm-hmm. Yep, yep. Many, many, many times on this healing journey that has happened. Hear spirit connection. Listen. I love that. That was, yeah. I keep hearing it when I do listen, when I get quiet. Return to my open heart door. I love that too. I love that there's a door in my heart that this message came through. Like, remember to go there and tune in there, open. That door is open. Just walk in there and see what needs to be felt or found or seen or heard. Trees sense kindness. Stay a while. When this one came through, I thought, oh, they do sense kindness. How what a beautiful idea. Again, I didn't feel like I wrote it at all. Um, and I've been sitting with trees more this year, in the last 2 years, I guess, than I ever have in my life, probably. Spending more time with them, talking to them, laying underneath them. So this felt really wonderful. Sense the wild body symphony. Oh, yes, it is a symphony. That's what I keep discovering. I love that. I love the idea that there's a symphony inside of all of these different moving parts, these different systems, these different rhythms, and our consciousness and our heart and our feelings, and all of it creates this incredible symphony. Tune in to fertile soil, roots already healing, feeling the groundswell emerging with the ancient senses of the boundless body. Ooh, 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 ooh. Again, I read that and it's resonating deeply for me. Mm. And this completely connects to the buried books that I've been creating and burying in the ground and unearthing and connecting more deeply to the natural world in general. And I loved how this message came through, the wording of it. The ancient senses of the boundless body. Yes, yes. Miraculous writing coming up from the depths. That's how it feels every time I put my pen to paper. Like, where did this come from? It's coming from somewhere deep down. Return to the magical, extraordinary sitting labyrinth. Bring intentions in. Hold the heart connection. Deepen to your element nature. Go foraging for medicine in memory, finding tactile truths hiding. Oh, this is one of the longer ones that came through, and it's like speaks to my experience of sitting at this little table in my bedroom over the last 2.5 years and what happens, what has happened again and again and again. Earthy, sun-washed, healing hands sense a fascinating, quiet, tactile message. Yes, 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 yes. And for me, this one connects to my buried books and touching the fabric, like digging with my fingers, with my ungloved hands in the dirt, having the dirt on my hands, and finding the fabric book down in the ground and uncovering it and brushing off the dirt and flipping through the pages and noticing how it disintegrated and how it changed and transformed, and feeling in my body these subtle whispers that this is important, that something magical is happening here, some healing is happening here that's indescribable. So, then receiving this message through this process just kind of linked something there that was meaningful to me. Adventure to the quiet garden of sleeping words. I loved this one too. The idea that there's a garden of sleeping words. I imagine them just like all curled up, like among flowers and, laying on like soft clover. And they're just sleeping, just resting, waiting to wake up. Create a new small poem hatchery. I love that. These reminders that come through again and again. I'm like, oh right, I need to create a hatchery, a space where poems can emerge. And for me, that's this little table, that's my notebook, my journal. These messages, part of this experience and this process is really um, not like this. While I hope maybe some of these messages might speak to someone else, when I'm sitting down to do this, I'm really not setting out to like tell someone or like find a clever message or find something that sounds good or find something that I think someone else might want to hear. Like all of that disappears. And it's just this exchange of play and interaction and feeling and sensing and noticing what's speaking to me in the moment and letting that guide me over and over again. And that's when these incredibly amazing and powerful messages come through, and playful messages. Building quiet fire lanterns. I love that. Sharing the joy of embodying sounds. Dance, yes. Our hands hear the voice, pull the needle, microcosms of power lines, fingertips slowly feeling and understanding. Yes, that's how stitching feels to me. The power to wonder. One of our amazing gifts as humans, right? We have the power to wonder, and what wonder opens up. When I read that, I thought, yes, 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 yes. I need that reminder. Inside the waiting, my life slowly transforming. Mhm. And then sometimes it's just two words or even just one word that's resonating, like memory labyrinth. When these came together, it immediately opened my imagination and I started feeling into, oh right, memories do feel like labyrinths. They like wind and twist and turn and I don't know where they're going to send me and I don't know, what it's trying to teach me, like this wandering winding path. Gift of a restorative heart. Before finding an understanding, purify self with meditation. This one came through as I was like kind of dipping my toe in and out of meditation. And I've been slowly meditating more often. So I thought this was interesting when this one came through. I thought, okay, all right. Okay, I guess, that's kind of just a gentle invitation to do seated meditation more and see what happens. And I've been amazed at what um, what I experience whenever I do actually sit down and meditate. Dispatch rooted letters up from the depths, listening down into our refreshing silence. Soon a tender gift from the taproot mind emerging. Yes, yes, yes. Learn your body is refuge. I've been learning that slowly for many, many years. I didn't feel that way at all for a very long time. And I was at war with my body and harming it in many ways. And this message really speaks to me now because I feel like over the last um, few years, I really am starting to feel that my body is a refuge. And that's an incredible gift. Wake down, listening into our body memory is our power. Yes, it is. And again, I just keep reiterating this, but it feels important. I don't feel like I wrote this. It came through for me because I needed the message. Discover your spontaneous words, sparking wild inner living message within myself. Mhm. Yes. Yeah, that feeling. I wonder if you can relate. When someone says something, and maybe it's just kind of saying it like, you know, just it just comes to them and then it sparks something inside of me, this resonance, this connection, and I feel alive, I feel inspired, I feel connected. Stitch small living lines of conversation, the tiny needle journeys. Yes, yes, it does when I stitch. Create a new lantern. When I read this one, I thought, oh, what could a new lantern be? A new lantern could be a poem, a conversation, a question. What else could a lantern be? What could that be a metaphor for? I wonder. I like that. It's like a prompt that I can sit with and return to. The silence hatchery. I love that too. What hatches in silence? So many things for me. I keep discovering so many things. Visiting childhood spirit. Go on, dance. This one made me laugh, and it came through because I loved to dance as a kid, and it's something that I um, was wounded in a relationship, probably like 10 years ago or so, longer than that. The person that I was dating made fun of me for the way that I danced, and it really hurt that part of me that just loved and could dance freely and openly around people. And I've been trying to heal that ever since, um, and return to that just simple, open joy of dancing that I had as a kid. And so I loved that this message came through as a reminder. A soft, rebellious rebirth. Ooh, yes, 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 yes. I just keep saying yes. I just feel all of these all over again. Listening down, Open your engaged heart. Travel through the body story, learning to soften every passage. Mm. Mm-hmm. There's a few more here. Return to your deeply layered edge work. Yep, I needed that. Need that. Lots of edge work over the last few years. Lots and lots. We become a boundless sea. That's the last one. We become a boundless sea. Yes, we do eventually, don't we? So I hope that that was inspiring to you in some way. Feel free to come back to this presentation if you ever want to see these again. Maybe they'll spark an idea for how you might play with some of the words at different points, or I don't know, use this however you want to. And I hope you enjoy playing with this process over time.